Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing my Naked 3 eyeshadow tutorial. I was wearing a couple of shades in my last video and somebody messaged me and they wanted to see what I was wearing in my last video. So I decided to do a tutorial for you guys today, and yeah, if you notice, my background has changed. I have moved in the past week or a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks. And I'm still in the process of moving and getting everything unpacked. So that is a process. But so far, I have my room pretty much unpacked. And yeah, so if you want to see this tutorial, just keep on watching.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with just my eyebrows as well as my foundation done because I want this video to be quite short. So we're just gonna do the eyes for today. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and prime my eyes. And today I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I love this stuff. It is a very good eyeshadow base. I've been using it for years. And I know they have the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I love this one way better than the Primer Potion. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub that into my eyes. And make sure you put a nice coat on both your eyes. And make sure you blend it in really well because you don't want to have kind of patches in your eyeshadow. So you want to blend it in really well. And then I also, when I use color on my eyes, I also like to use a second base just to make my eyeshadow colors kind of pop. So today I'm using a paint pot from MAC and it's called Rubenesque. It's a really nice peachy gold shade, and it's going to make the gold shade that I'm going to be using today kind of stand out on my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and get a concealer brush, and I'm going to put an even coat of that on my eyes, and not too much. You want just a little bit, um, because you don't want to have any creases. You don't want it to crease. So you put a little bit on both eyes. And then I only bring it up to the crease. I don't put it too far over the crease. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my fingers to blend it out. And make sure you blend it out really well, especially the line at the top of your crease because you don't want to have any harsh lines. So you're going to go ahead and blend it out. And as you can see, it's just a light wash of color, nothing too serious. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my little MAC quad, and we're going to go ahead and do our brow highlight. I like to do that first because it just makes stuff easier, especially with blending out your like the eyeshadow line. So I'm gonna take texture, and I'm just gonna pat it into my brow bone. And texture is a really nice kind of matte color, nothing too shimmery because you're already gonna have like that gold shimmer color, so you want nothing too shimmery. The next color I'm gonna take is brown script, and I'm gonna use that in my crease. I want to bring it kind of farther up in my crease. And spread it, down to the paint pot. And make sure you try to blend out that any harsh lines. This is going to be a transition color so that both like the brow bone highlight and the lid color can kind of meet in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and take my Naked 3 palette, and the color I'm using is Trick. And this is a very powdery shadow, so it does have fallout. It has like glitter particles in it, so you want to pat it on. And that's what I'm doing right now. Just pat it on. You don't want to slide it across your eye because you're going to get a lot of fallout and the glitter is going to come down onto your foundation. So bring it up a little bit above my crease, not too far, but because I have small eyes, I like to bring my um, lid color a little farther up my crease. So that is what I'm going to do. And you can put as much on as you want. I just want a decent amount of color to show up on my eyes. So make sure both sides are even. And that's what I'm doing right now. And then the next color we're taking is Dark Side. And it's kind of like a charcoal brown. It's very almost a matte shade, but I would say it's kind of a satin. And I'm just going to take a little tiny bit at first and start bringing it across my lower crease, not too far up because you still want to have that burnt orange shade showing through. So I'm just going to bring it about 2/3 into my eye and then down into my lash line, kind of making a V shape on your outer eye. So I'm going to do that to the same. I'm going to do the same thing to my other side. And make sure, like I said, you take a little bit at a time and build it up to what you want it to look like. And I'm just going to blend it and make sure there's no harsh lines. That's what it should look like as of now. The next color I'm going to take is Black Heart. I love this shade. I think it's the best shade in this palette. It is like a black with red glitters in it. And this one you have to be really, really careful with because it is so dark. So you're going to take a tiny bit and just pat it on the outer corner of your eye and then bring it in. You want to focus you want to focus most of the color on the outer part and then kind of drag the rest of what's on your brush inwards. And you're just going to go about 2/3 in as well and make sure you blend it out really, really nicely. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, bring it down into your lash line as well. You're going to place it exactly over your dark side, and that is how it should look. So that's with dark side over the top. I'm going to take a little bit more and place it on the other side and do the same thing. Make sure you, like I said, you want to focus the darker shade or the darkest color on the very outer V of your eye, and then kind of bring the rest in 2/3 of the way. And you want to make sure you blend that really nicely, and the more you blend it, I think the better it looks. I don't know, some people don't like to blend their eyeshadows, but I think it looks really well once you blend it in and blend it with other shades that you have on your eye. So you want to make it kind of like a come to a point on your outer corner as well. And I'm just going to put a little bit more on both sides and darken it up because I know from the other video I had a little bit of a darker look going on in that video. So I'm going to darken the crease up a little bit and kind of focus a little bit more of that darker color farther in because I notice it's a little bit light towards the center. So I'm going to drag some of that color farther in, and that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so make sure both sides are even. If they're not, you want to touch them up. That's what I'm doing. Make sure both sides are even because with darker shades, I think it tends to, if you don't, it's very obvious. That's what I meant to say. If it's a neutral shade and it's very light, most people can't tell, but with darker shades, if you don't match them up, people can really tell the difference between both eyes. So just make sure both sides are nice and neat. And then you're going to line your upper lash line very lightly. No bold lines just yet because we're going to put on lashes. The liner that I'm using is the Linear Intense from L'Oreal. I love it because the brush is amazing. It's very dark and it's very easy to control if you're looking for a nice liner. So line both of your eyes with a very thin line. And then we're going to go ahead and go put on lashes and mascara. So I'm back with my lashes and mascara on. The mascara I used was the Grow Luscious mascara from Maybelline, I believe, and it's a very nice mascara, very dark. It has a bigger brush, so you can get right up to your lash line, and I love it. The pencil that I'm using right now is the Rimmel Scandaleyes in number 5 Nude. I just use that to brighten up my eye and make my eye look a little bit bigger because I do have smaller eyes. I'm going to I'm going to use my Rimmel Glam Eyes mascara on my bottom lash line because it has a smaller brush and it works really well to get right up in there along your lower lash line and make your lashes on the bottom look really nice and full and black and beautiful. I love this mascara. It was my first love when I first got into makeup, so I love that mascara. I'm going to use a combination of Dust and Trick from the Naked3 palette to just brighten up my inner corner and bring another like dimension to my eyeshadow. And yeah, so I'm just going to do that to both sides. And you can do this step or not. You can also put colors or eyeshadows along your bottom lash line if you want to, but I think with this being a darker look, I'm satisfied with just the top. The lip that I'm wearing in this video is a lilac from the L'Oreal Paris line, and it's in the color Lacquerize. It's just a purple magenta color, and then I put a orange lip gloss in the center, and that is from Rimmel or Revlon, I'm sorry, and it's called Orange Glow. So that is what I used.
If you want any more looks with the Naked3 palette, just let me know down below in the comments. Like this video if you really like watching tutorials from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.